Hey guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel and to another Plan With Me. This is for the week of January 16th through the 22nd, and I'm using the Honor Kit. So this was or is in honor essentially of the Lunar New Year. So that was on the Sunday of this week. So I decided to use this kit. I don't personally celebrate it, obviously, because I do not descend from that type of culture. But I still wanted to have representation in my planner, and also what better time to use this kit than for the Lunar New Year. So that is the reasoning behind it. I am using some underlays that are from my shop. They are the cherry blossom underlays in the gold foil. I did, if you look at my, as I'm putting down the base, one of the sheets was miscut and I just left it. So there's a little bit of a gap in between the foiling on a couple of them because the sheet was miscut. But again, I didn't really care because it's my own planner. So I just kept it and let it be what it is. And then I used some Simply Gilded washi on the bottom washi, which was a little funky because this type of kit has weird washi, so it was kind of hard to figure out how to make it fit because that bottom piece is really big, but it's okay. It turned out pretty good and nice. And then I think all the foil overlays and stuff are from Scroll Prints Go. I think that's all the base stuff that you guys need to know. But nothing crazy really happened this week. We did on the Friday go into the parks. I went in the parks with my friends to Disney, and it was really fun because we went after work. So I had a mid-shift close and then mid. So I had a 11-hour turnaround on top of it, and then we went into the parks and we closed down the park, which was completely wild. It was it's been a long time since I've actually closed down the park, and it was just so nice. It was freezing though because middle of January, duh. But it was just great to be able to spend time with friends, and we went on to almost all of the Fantasyland rides. The only one I think we didn't ride was Pinocchio. We rode Mr. Toad's as well, but I didn't mark it because I didn't have a sticker or anything for it, so I just left it. But it was overall just a really great time with friends, and it was really fun. Really, really cold, but that is what it is. But also, it is almost April and it is still 40 degrees here and raining, and I'm like, okay, California, I'm done with you. Can we move on from the rain? That'd be great. There's a reason why we live in Southern California. It's not for the rain. So it's still raining here, and I'm losing my mind because I'm like, I'm over this rain. I'm over it. Hopefully soon it will be gone, but it's supposed to rain for it rained yesterday. It's supposed to rain until Wednesday, I think it's supposed to rain until Wednesday. So it is what it is, but over the rain. It also randomly rained on one of the days of this week too. And I'm just like, hello, California. Do we need it? Yes, because of drought, but do I want it anymore? No, I do not. Not at all. But that's kind of the major thing that happened this week was me going to the parks with my friends. Other than that, nothing too crazy. I did have some not issues, but struggles with this spread, trying to find enough labels to mark everything because all the little things were the same color, and I know that that's a specific thing with specifically this shop's kits, and I think they changed it. I don't know, I don't purchase from their shop anymore, but I think they changed it in the future. But this is a relatively semi-older kit, and I was struggling hardcore trying to find labels to fully match everything that was all in the different colors and in the same color order that I go in. And on the Sunday I eventually got to the point where I was like, I have no more green left. So one point I used glitter headers, which did not work out. I used it once and I was like, okay, I don't like this. And then on the Sunday I was like, I have no green labels left at all. So that happened. Not the greatest, but it is what it is. Also on that Wednesday just now, I put down a Mulan quote from Lana Hannah. It's from her princessy type of overlay sheet. So I did put that down. But yeah, overall, really like the way the spread turned out. It was just a little bit of a struggle bus. That's probably why it's a little bit of a longer plan with me too. It's a 28-minute plan with me. So it took me a lot longer to plan purely just because I was struggling hardcore with those labels and trying to figure out what was going where. where like what labels I want to use to mark what. I pulled in a lot of movie marquees too, but that was the only thing that I did pull in. And then I used washi for like labels, things like that. And it turned out really pretty. Just was not made for the like some white space planning that this is, with like the underlays and all that stuff. The worst part about this now is that like when I originally bought this kit, I wasn't using underlays. So now that I'm using them, I didn't like buy any extra labels, if there even was any labels to buy. So I have a couple kits that are going to be like this, where they're just going to be hard to use in the future with underlays, but we'll make it work. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I digress. We're gonna move into actual day by day. That was actually kind of quick. I don't know why that felt really, really quick, but here we are. Okay, so for Monday, I did put down the movie marquee from the kit itself. This was the only one that was in the kit, so I did have to pull in 2 other ones the next couple of days. So I did watch Dear Evan Hansen, and guys, I hated the movie. I want to see the show so bad. I've never seen it. I've been obsessed with the music for such a long time, and I really just disliked the movie. And I get the reviews as to why people disliked it. It was nice to know like the storyline behind it, but also they cut out music, and Ben Platt, he is amazing, but definitely didn't look like a high schooler, and like all these different reasons behind why like it was not the greatest of movies. But did it still get me in my feels like normal? Yes. And was it still something that I just wanted to see because I wanted to know the actual storyline of Dear Evan Hansen? Also yes. So I don't know. It was one of those of like, I didn't hate it, but also didn't like it. So anyway, I watched Dear Evan Hansen, and I used I think that's a Stick with a Plan Co. girl to mark that. And then I marked that within my feelings because watch Dear Evan Hansen. And I used a emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. and in my feelings script that is from Scribble Prince Co. And then I played The Sims, which I'm also currently playing The Sims right now because they came out with the Growing Together, what's it called? Expansion pack, and oh my god, I'm enjoying it. So I was playing The Sims on this day, so I used an emoji again and a play sim script that is from Kinsey's Creations, whose shop unfortunately is no longer open. On the second half of Monday, I apparently was struggling with the spacing a little bit. See, I struggled a lot this spread because again, I was trying to figure out what my spacing needed to be, what I needed to do to make sure that all my labels fit, stuff like that. So I did mark a YouTube binge after I rearranged all of these labels down here. For that, I used a Munchkin from Once More with Love, and the YouTube binge script is from my shop, which also, I didn't mention this with the underlays, but if you did not know, I own a shop. It's called Magical Sticker Co. on Etsy. If you want to go check it out, it's always linked. Oh my god, I keep hitting my light, sorry. If you want to go check it out, it is always linked in the description. And then I marked that I was reading, so I used a Paper and Milk Maro to mark that, and a read script that is in font 5 from my shop. And I think the book that I was reading was A Court of Mist and Fury. I just started A Court of Wings and Ruin, so I finally got to that one. It took me a while to get through Mist and Fury because the first half of it, I was just not interested in it, and then it got interesting, and I was like, okay, now I need to read this. So I think that's the one I read. And then I marked that I got 0 sleep that night, so I used a Munchkin to mark that. Moving on to Tuesday. Tuesday was my payday. The sticker that I used for the payday is one that I would not normally use now. However, it was the last one on the sheet, and I just wanted to get rid of it. So it's a payday, like yay, it's payday sticker that is from Magic Prince Co., I believe. I don't know if their shop is still open. Have no idea, but I've had that sticker for a very long time, and it was literally the last one on the sheet. So I was like, it's gold. We're just going to use it. And this was the week, if you saw my last plan with me, where I told you guys that we carpooled a lot and then we got Starbucks almost every single day. This is that week. So sorry in advance because you're going to see a lot of repeats on this. So for carpooling, I used a little like road trip Munchkin sticker and a carpool script that is also in font 5 from my shop. And then we got Starbucks. So all of the coffee cups that I used, I think I did the same thing for all of them. So all the coffee cups that I used are from Paper and Milk, and they're like little cherry blossom ones, and I thought they matched obviously perfectly. And then the Starbucks Run script is from my shop in font 1. So I use that for all of them. I'm not going to repeat every day because that would just get way too repetitive. So we did that. And then I did mark that I had a good day on this day. This was the beginning of the year when everything was like going great. We had good times happening. And when I was just like, when is it not going to be good times? When are we getting there? And we got there, but we were having some good times. So I used a Happy Today munchkin to mark that. And then I marked that I had to design a little bit. So I used an Odd Loop girl from... oh my god, a girl on a laptop from Odd Loop to mark designing, and then I just marked that I watched a Goofy movie, which I used a Paper Milk Goofy Maru, and a Goofy movie script is from my shop. Moving on to Wednesday. So I was having some super crazy dry skin issues, specifically on my face, like enough to where around my mouth it was peeling, my forehead was peeling, like it was bad. I still have a couple issues with like, kind of weird, but like my sideburn area, like right next to my ears and then like along my hairline. And I don't know if I have like a small form of eczema or if it's just because it's really dry and cold and winter, but I was having some rough skin on this time frame. And it was really hard to try to fix it. I eventually did, though. My skin is a lot better. I still have a lot of issues in my hairline, though. That's my biggest current issue. But I marked that I had super dry skin. You know, there's always one section of the plan with me where I just stumble over my words. So I marked that I had super dry skin with a Paper Milk little like sad Maru because it was very fitting. And then I marked that I did a face mask because... was hoping that would help. It did not. It helped a little bit, but I still, by the end of the night, my entire face was still peeling. Not entire, but like most of it was. And I now have like a cleansing, like peeling face mask, and that helps a lot. The one that I had at that time was just like a normal one, and it wasn't helping very much. So for the face mask, I use a Wonton A Million Steamy and a face mask script that is from my shop. And then I watched West Side Story for the first time. Never seen it before. I did watch the new one, which for some people that they might say that's a crime because I watched that one first. But I just wanted to watch it, and I wanted to see how Ansel Elgort and Rachel Ziegler were, and like all those different things. So I did watch it. So the movie marquee is from Scrub Prince Co. And then the West Side Story script is from Carly Plans, and the character sticker is a squidge from Stick With The Plan Co. Really liked it. Just throwing that out there. Really liked it. Was not expecting the ending of it, but it was a good movie. Moving on to the second half of Wednesday. After that, we went and carpooled to work, and instead of Starbucks, we got Miguel's Jr. So love that for us. We got something different on this day. The burrito is from, I believe, the Coffee Monsters Co. And then the carpool script again is from my shop. Moving on to, after that, I marked another good day. Very repetitive, and I'm so sorry. I feel like these plan with me's do get a little repetitive because not a lot happens in my life. Like some things do, but nothing like too crazy, so it does get a little repetitive. Moving on to Thursday. So Thursday I did sleep in. Did I? Oh yeah, I worked till later, that's why. So for sleeping in, I used a munchkin, and the sleep in script, I believe, is from Kenzie's Creations. I don't remember, but I think that's where that script is from again, which she is not open, so can't purchase that, unfortunately. And then I marked that I had a headache, so used a munchkin for that, and the headache script is from my shop. That washi like strip blends in so well with the cherry blossom underlay. It's wild. Like you can barely even see it. But that's fine. It is what it is. And then for carpooling on this day, I used a Wonton A Million Steamy to mark that, and then the carpool script, and then we got Starbucks right after. I'm really far ahead because I don't need to actually like tell you where everything's from because it's repeated, but also this was where I started getting a little worried with my labels and was like, I'm gonna run out of labels. Like I don't know what to do. I have to kind of like start using this washi in different type of ways. Like I was struggling hardcore because of the stupid little things all being the same color. I struggled so hard, but it is what it is. We're slowly getting there. It's all script, so it should be pretty quick. So yeah, anyway, we'll just move on to the second half of Thursday. So on Thursday, I had to go to costuming. I have no idea what costume I had to get or like why I had to get a new one, but I did, which if you didn't know, our work uniforms, we call them costumes, and there's like a whole entire area where we can get our costumes, and it's called costuming. and I had to go get something. I don't know what costume I had to get, but I had to get a new one on this day. Honestly, it probably even could have been like I needed a new pair of pants or something. Actually, I wonder if that was what it was. It might have been, because I accidentally washed my pants of one of my costumes with a pen, and I had an ink stain on the butt of it, so that could have been why. By the way, to mark going to costuming, I used Mulan. I used a bunch of the like Mulan character stickers for some stuff for the second half of this week, because I figured it matched well. Might as well, because Mulan, it is like her kit. So I used all specifically ones from Wonton a Million. So that Mulan is from Wonton a Million. And then I just marked that like my battery was feeling really low on this day. I'm not entirely sure why, but I used a munchkin to mark that, and then I marked unexpected rain, because I swear our weather app is angry. It never tells you accurately. Like, there was one day it was supposed to be sunny and it snowed, and I was like, excuse me? Like, hello? What are you doing type of situation? So we had unexpected rain on this day because the app said it wasn't supposed to rain, and here we are with the rain. So I used a munchkin with like an umbrella to mark that. Moving on to Friday, I marked that I was tired AF, because we had the turnaround, and this was one of those days too where I was trying to figure out the spacing, because I had a extender on this day, and I didn't actually need the extra extender. It kind of worked out because I was able to use the bigger boxes, but I didn't actually need the like extra extender. I would have put a full box there, but I didn't have one. So that was the reasoning why I used a lot of big boxes on this day, just to space it out. So for the Tired AF, I used a munchkin, and then the Tired AF script is like not a custom, is from my shop. And then I carpooled again, and this time I used a paper and milk little car icon, and then the carpool script. I am struggling so hard. We're almost done. We're struggling. It's fine. And then the same thing, we got Starbucks on this day. This one was probably the only one that was actually like warranted, because we were tired, but we got it all the other days too. It's fine. On the second half of the Friday, I did mark that we went to the parks after work. So I used a Mushu from Wonton a Million again to mark that. I was just choosing whatever characters I thought matched. And what ended up happening, which was an accident, was the character sticker actually matched the box that I put down. Definitely didn't mean to do that, but that was just what happened, because the next one that I marked World of Color, and I used Big Brother, or Little Brother, oh my god, not Big Brother, Little Brother, and he matches the label as well. This is me finagling that glitter header section, and guys, I really don't like it, but also I didn't have any other labels, and it is what it is, because when I wrote on it, not the greatest. You can't really see. I should use a script on that one, but again, it is what it is. I couldn't really do much about it, so it's fine. But anyway, we watched World of Color, which was the first time in a while that I've actually seen World of Color. I've seen it multiple times, but like it had been a long time, and that's why I was like, can we watch, like, just sit here and watch World of Color? And we were eating pasta from Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta, and it was a great time. So yeah, I used Little Brother to mark that. And then on the glitter header section, which I don't even know if you guys can see on camera because I can barely see it in person, I marked that we got cream cheese pretzels. And I use like this pretzel sticker that I think is from the Coffee Monsters Co. It's off like a sampler, but cream cheese pretzels are one of my favorite snacks at Disney. They're so good. At one point, I think it was for the holiday season, they had like a toffee type of churro, or maybe it was Halloween. It might have been Halloween. And that was one of the best churros. It was like mix of cream cheese churro with like cinnamon, and oh my god, it was so good. It was so good. So anytime we come into the parks, me and like my friends, we always end up getting a cream cheese pretzel just because it's literally great. Moving on to the second half of Friday, this was me again trying to figure out exactly what I was marking, what I wasn't, what boxes I could use. So I did mark that we went on a couple of rides. So we went on Matterhorn, which was the first time I think I've been on it in a very, very long time. It's funny because anytime I come into the parks with my family or my brother, specifically with my brother, Matterhorn is always down. Always. It's either under refurbishment or it goes down. And the last time that we went into the parks with him, he was like, of course it's down because it's never up when I'm here. And it's just funny because I never go on it because literally it's always down whenever we're there. And we finally were able to go on it, which was fun. That ride hurts a lot. If you are ever in Disneyland, be careful of your back if you go on Matterhorn, because it was painful. So the sticker I used for that is a Pumpkin Paper Co. Sticker, which I don't believe their shop is currently open either. And then the script is a Matterhorn bobsled script that is from the ride sheet from my shop. These, and I know these are big, these scripts are really, really big, and I do plan on reformatting them in the future. I'm working on reformatting most of my scripts in the future to make them smaller so that they will fit little things, but it's going to take some time. So I know that they're really, really big. But it took up a lot of space on this box, but it is what it is. And then after that, we went on to Snow White's Enchanted Wish, because that one got refurbished and I hadn't been on it since they changed it. So I did mark that, and it's now called Snow White's Enchanted Wish instead of like Snow White's Scary Adventures or something like that. So the sticker I used for that is a Munchkin from Once More with Love. And then we did run across from Snow White. We also went on Mr. Toad's. I just didn't mark that one. But we ran across from Snow White all the way over to Peter Pan's flight, like 5 minutes before the park closed. We only actually ended up waiting like 20 minutes, which was great. So I used a Wonton a Million Tinkerbell sticker for that, and the Peter Pan flight script from the rides sampler. And then last but not least, I marked that we closed down the park, because we did. We took a bunch of photos in front of the castle. There was no one there. I took a picture of the carousel and there was no one there, and it was great. So to mark closing down the park, I just use Shang to mark that, because again, was just using all of the Mulan stickers whenever I could. That is it for Friday. Very long-winded situation, but it was a good day. It was a really great day. It was just friends. It was exhausting because we were there from 11 a.m. to like midnight, but it was really, really fun. Moving on to Saturday. Okay, let's hope we can get this done before my computer is going to die, because it's at 26%. Let's hope. So on Saturday, I marked that I was super tired. I had to get up early as well on this day. So I used a Munchkin and a So Tired custom to mark that I was tired. You know, we can't go one spread without marking that I'm tired. That's just fitting now at this point. And then I did go to Costco. I don't have a Costco membership. My best friend does. And we kept talking about how we were like, you need to take me to Costco. I just want to go to Costco, like all these different things. And we finally went on this day, and it was at like 9 a.m. after we had closed down the park. And I was like, I don't know how you do this, ma'am. Like, I really don't. So I used a shopping cart that is from Paper and Milk to mark Costco. And then we went to Lowe's. I had to look at more paint samples, and I actually found a paint color on this day for my bathroom that I really, really liked. So we went there to find some paint samples, and I used a Munchkin to mark that. On the second half of Saturday, I spent the night playing The Sims again, and I used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji to mark that, and the Play Sims script again is from Kinsey's Creations. They're usually stacked on top of each other, but I did cut it in half to allow it to be able to fit on the like little thing size that's essentially washi, but that was my only way of making it so that it fit on the smaller labels, and that label was the last green label that I had. So love that for me, it's fine. And then we had a pizza night on this night. So I used a Munchkin to mark pizza night, and then I got to see Riley. So Riley is my sister's husky slash Malamute mixed dog. My sister doesn't live with us, and Riley did live with us originally when she was a puppy, and then my sister moved out. So I don't get to see her very often, but this dog is the most energetic, hyper dog, and like just loves attention 24/7, and is just always happy. So I was really excited to be able to see her and play with her for a little bit. So I used a Papershire little like husky to mark that, and that husky actually matches her. The black one doesn't match Bailey, because Bailey is a red husky, but my sister's is a black and white husky, so it actually matched. That's it for Saturday. I'm a little ahead because I had to fill out a lot on this day, but we're almost there. There we go. Moving on to Sunday. So Sunday was Lunar New Year. I triple checked this like multiple times because I was like, please tell me Sunday's Lunar New Year. Please tell me I'm choosing the right day for this. And it was correct, at least according to the Apple calendar. It was the 22nd. So if I am incorrect in any type of way, I'm so sorry to anyone who celebrates Lunar New Year, because I tried so hard to make sure it was the right one. But yes, the Lunar New Year script is from Scribble Prints Co. And then the icon or character sticker that I used is the Mulan from Wonton a Million. I specifically left this Mulan for the Lunar New Year, which is the one of her in like her like fancy dress when she's gonna get married, just because I figured fancy dress would be great for the holiday. So I marked that. We marked Starbucks again with the same situation, and then I did have to clean my car on this day. It had been a long time since I had actually vacuumed it and cleaned it, so I spent a couple hours going through and just detailing my car. And then in that time frame, I decided to also mark that I was talking to a person. I am no longer talking to a person, but I decided to write it down because it's kind of complicated, or not complicated, but hard to explain, because I didn't talk to him for that long, but he was out, I don't even know how to explain it. He was going above and beyond compared to other people, and I was really sad because he just randomly ghosted me. Never got a response on it. He still follows me on Instagram and all this stuff though, so I'm just like, okay, homie. But it was very, very strange why he all of a sudden ghosted me in the middle of a conversation. So hope he's doing okay. But it was one of those situations where I was just like, he's too good to be true. This guy is beating every other guy out that I've talked to. So I decided to mark it. I'm assuming because at that time I was just like, oh my God, hello. Why, this guy is honestly kind of great. And here we are a month later, not talking to him anymore, but it is what it is. So I did mark that I talked to him. I didn't fill in the name or anything. I just said talk to. So I used a Once More with Love Munchkin to mark that. And then I did have to wash my costume on this day. So I used a Paper Milk Maru and a wash costume custom. That is from Carly Plans. I don't know why I specifically just washed my costume or if I did laundry on this day, but I think it was because I worked the next day or something. I don't know. And then I did mark that I had to design or create some scripts. So I used a Paper Milk Maru for that. And the create scripts is a really old, custom that I made for myself. And then last but not least, I marked that I put away stickers, which probably was stickers that was left over for who knows how long. They were probably sitting on my desk for a very, very long time. And I finally was to that point where I was like, all right, let's put these away. And I used a munchkin to mark that. So that is everything for this plan with me. I am very, very out of breath. I am struggling here at the end of this because this is almost 30 minutes of straight talking, but we're almost there. We're going to zoom out and put this back into my planner. My computer is at 19%, so we're getting down there. For some reason, when I record voiceovers, it kills my computer battery. But this spread is so pretty. Oh my God. Compared to the neutral week last week, this one is, I just hit you. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. But compared to the neutral week last week, this one is very colorful and very springy, but again, I just wanted to do it for the Lunar New Year. So we're going to flip through what's left in the kit. As you can see, I used up almost every single label that I could, other than the flippin' little things. But we did use as many of them as we could. And it was overall not completely terrible, but Sunday looks a little sad because it has no green on it, but it is what it is. And then I'll give you guys a little bit of a wiggle. You can see what's underneath all of the extenders and things like that. Ta-da, very, very pretty. Did I actually do a wiggle now that I think about it? Oh my God, I didn't do a wiggle. Wow, Filmy Lindsay, that's your fail for today. You didn't do a wiggle. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And I will see you guys on Friday for another video. Bye, guys.